stuff than I anticipated. Okay, hopefully I'm good. The delay is like 10 seconds. It's just tripping me out. Okay, hopefully I'm good. The delay is like 10 seconds. It's just tripping me out. Okay, so we're going to get this thing rolling. Let me get this other one here. Okay, so this one isn't laggy for me, so it's just a lot cleaner to look at. Excuse me. All right, we have the K1C, which is hopefully the better version of the K1. I've watched a couple of videos on this just to kind of gauge like how other people felt about it. And more so, it kind of seems like this is what the original K1 launch should have been. So I'm hoping this thing is better than the last one. I mean, it'd be a pretty big letdown if it wasn't. So let's open this thing up. And Creality did Creality did send this to me to review. They didn't pay me, no contract, so I could throw this into my driveway if I really wanted to. So yeah, full disclosure. I'll show this. This is their new filament dryer. We'll show that when this thing's doing its like booting. I'm hoping I can get this done in like an hour because the startup sequence takes a little bit. Okay, I don't know what all this is. I can see your comments too, so if you have any questions. Lid. It's always sketchy pulling these out of here. All right, so we have the filament dryer. And they also sent me 3 rolls of filament, Hyper PLA, ASA. Oh, they did send me some carbon fiber, okay. So I have the K1 Max, and that machine's been decent for me. I haven't had nearly as many problems as everyone else. My main complaint would be the bed leveling in the first layer's not the best. But I have it's the 2nd generation K1 Max, so hopefully they had some of the bugs worked out because the first one seemed pretty shoddy, to be nice about it. Okay, so already this, I'll see if we can bring you closer in here. Okay. Already all this top stuff looks better. In the last one, this was all pretty crammed, but it still looks pretty crammed, but better. They like to hide all kinds of stuff in here. And thanks for showing up, everybody. I appreciate it. Little baby cheap roll. And it's white, the worst color for YouTube. The white just does not show up in like detail when you put it just does not want to focus on it. Okay. Hopefully we don't break the door. It appears they've made changes to the door. They fixed the hinges, and I think this is like some sort of glass that shouldn't just shatter. So they must have some sort of like film on here like a car windshield has, which is great because I'd be super bummed if I bought one of these and it showed up with just a shattered glass. Granted, you don't really need it, and you could get it started, and hopefully they'd fix. Ooh. Okay, so anyone that saw Uncle Jesse's unboxing, he kind of lifted the printer like this, and the door swung open and shattered. It was pretty epic. But this one has like friction on it, so it's not going to just shatter. Which I feel like should have been a pretty obvious thing when they first set it up. Oh, we lost it? Is it not working? Uh-oh. Don't bring the dogs. And I think I might have lost connection. I think it froze. He'd be fine. So it's working here, but are you seeing it? Can you see it on your phone? Yeah. It's working here, but... Oh wait, maybe it is working. Where'd you put the dogs? Right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna hope this is working, and we can just kind of continue. If not, I think this is recording. I sound fine in there though, right? Yeah, there's definitely a lag. Well, I'm hoping this just kind of records, and it'll be clear when it uploads later. Okay, well, I'm sorry if my connection sucks here. I should have probably did this in like the house, but I thought the shop would be a better place, but I also don't have the best connection out here apparently. So we're just gonna go with this, and hopefully this works. I don't know what to really do about it. Okay. So let's just get this thing rolling, and I'm sorry if it's not the best. I'll have to figure this out at a later time if it doesn't work. Okay, we have the little kit here. Standard little kit. Ooh, glue, cleaning stuff. Set that aside. It just feels so much tinier than the K1 Max. Let's get all these little screws out of here first. Well, it's disappointing. Hopefully it's working. Okay. Oh, it has a little brush cleaner here for the hot end. This thing just feels so tiny. Check your phone, see if it was working. I had it on a computer, but I'm worried it was using too much juice. I got a chair for you. You can sit over there if you want. All right, there's just 3 screws in here I got to take out and you can fire this thing up. Look how small it looks. The little print bed on it.
Is it smaller than the other one?
Oh yeah, the K1 Max is like, it's got like a...
But this is supposed to be the next version of it?
This is the next version of like this is the first one they launched. So it's like the remake of the first one. I'm assuming they're going to come out with a K1C Max. Check your phone just to make sure it's like, I shut everything off on the computer so it didn't burn up. Like data. Is it working? Mm-hmm. If you look on here, it has like comments. I don't know if it's anyone saying anything or not. Okay. I guess just let me know make sure I'm not just like staring at my back the whole time. All right, get this little, goes this way. Okay, I think we can plug it in. Oh, there's still foam up here. So I'm not exactly sure what they all did, but I know they put smaller little wheels in here. It's supposed to help with like the wavy lines you get when you print. I haven't looked into much all what they did. They not break the glass. They still have the filament holder on the back. I did see they might have a file in here where you can attach the filament holder over here. I don't know why they just don't bring it with that. But this design up here looks way better than the K1. I'll do after I put like 100 hours or so through it, I'll do a full video on it, but this looks so much better. I'm probably gonna take this tube out of this chain. It still looks like it bends in there quite a ways. Okay. I don't think we need that. Hopefully this thing doesn't have to update for like 4 hours. Hopefully it's only like 10, 20 minutes. Okay, plugged it in. We can put this handle on. This is the carbon filter. I never really noticed the smell with mine. Granted, ours is in the shop, so it's not like it, I don't know, it smells like wood out here. I don't really ever smell plastic. Okay. Another thing to make sure is these things, make sure they're on 110 and not 220 if you're in America. And it says 230 in there, okay. Okay, fire this thing up. Where's the button? Sorry if I suck at this. We'll get better, I promise. Oh, plug it in, dum-dum. Oh, there we go. All right, we got light. Anyone say anything?
Said, you gone.
Yeah, I was.
It comes and goes. I think we're back on. So.
I started recording in the software, so I think I can. Hopefully, it resolves itself after it uploads, and maybe you just can't watch it live because our internet sucks out here.
I think we're live.
Hopefully. Huh? Kind of stuck on this cord here. Okay, English. Take all 3 screws out. Okay. Don't see, can you see my password? Put this in here. Such a cute little build plate. Connected. Okay, now it's going to run through this for a while, and I'll get this handle on here, then we'll take a look at this filament dryer. I'm not sure what these are for. I know what these are for. Careful, it's like plugged in there. I can move the printer too. Oh no. Big hands, little screws. Does it honestly not come with the... It doesn't come with an Allen wrench you can use? No. Unless I dropped one or something. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're gonna let this thing do our thing. This will probably take like 15 minutes and I probably have to update it. Let me see this. Okay, we're at 10 minutes in, I think. Well, this is 23. I don't know how to run all this yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so this is the new Yeah, there's a plane taking off. New filament dryer. So on my other K1 Max, I didn't like it on the back, so I have a Sunlu filament dryer that runs it in through the back there. And that works pretty good for me. This one also has the plastic lid for the top. The K1 Max I have does not. It's just like just that glass top. But we're not really going to need that. I'll leave it on there, whatever. I'm afraid to touch it right now. All right. I should be fine. I don't think I really So it looks really nice. Okay. Input shaping, this will take a while. So it looks really nice. We'll plug this in and see what the display looks like. I don't know how much this costs though. I'll have to Google how much the dryer is. Okay, I'm going to switch batteries on my mic here. Okay, I should have sound now. My little thing died. Okay, so the K1C, it's like $600 US. I'll have to look what they're actually are. I don't know if they changed it on the launch. Working on auto bed leveling. Okay, I see the K1C is $531. You can pre-order it on Creality website for $560. And I can guarantee in a couple months, once they get these out, you can probably get them cheaper than that. And with this new one coming out, you're probably gonna see the other K1s at a pretty cheap discount. And then with anything, people are just gonna buy the new latest one. So you can probably find these super cheap on Marketplace, I'm assuming, or wherever you buy your used stuff. So I pushed this power button, but nothing's happening yet. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, maybe I just didn't push it hard enough. The display looks nice. I don't know if it's just the touching or... PLA, let's just throw one in here. Okay, this is Hyper PLA. So it looks really nice. It has some color on here. And it matches the printer nicely with the same colors and all that. How do I start it? I think it's running. Okay, now just for this thing to auto level for 20 minutes. Overall, we're doing okay, guys. I'm not totally blowing this. A few technical difficulties, but hopefully the connection's working better than it was. Oh, this thing still rubs on here. I can hear it knocking the lid around. So yeah, other than the door, I don't really know. We got the new door, the lid, which they already have the lid on the 3rd generation K1. So this is essentially 4th generation K1. So once we get through the auto leveling, hopefully it's new, so hopefully there's not an update. Yeah, if you guys had a K1, let me know what you think. There was a lot of troubles with them right away, but hopefully they cleared a lot of those up. Again, I had the 2nd generation K1 Max, and it's been fine. Oh, they definitely did test the printer. I can see some filament oozing out of the tip here. Self-check complete. Okay. Ooh. Oh, there's an update. Do we update it or not? Well, let's just update it. Because if it like didn't run, I'd feel pretty dumb. Okay. We can at least get this fed in there. Bring you over here. There's always an update, no matter what. Oh, it looks like it's going pretty quick though, so we're doing okay. Ooh, this feels good. People had a lot of problems with the extruder. This is like, hopefully they did a new extruder, because I had the 2nd generation extruder and it was better than the 1st, but the 3rd's supposed to be better. But the click on this locking mechanism, it feels pretty solid. Unlocked. All right, let's load this up once it's done. Installing. More foam. It's nice they have this little chart down here too. It shows like all the recommended settings. So if you're not sure what to do, there's like a little chart down here. Oh, update must be done. Okay. Back you up back where you were. Okay. This looks more beefy too. I don't know if this is supposed to make the bed leveling more stable, but it feels more beefy down here. I'm gonna go ahead and put glue stick on there just because I'm afraid of it not sticking. Oh, I gotta take all my camera stuff off of there. This will be a lot better next time, I promise. Okay, we're just gonna print a benchy. Really? I gotta redo all this again? Okay, we're gonna have to wait another 11 minutes to get this going. I'll see what we're at for time. We're 36 minutes in, so we're doing good. If this goes relatively fast. I definitely dig the riser on here. It doesn't scrape against all these rails. So the overall, people seem to be liking this one over the last ones. It's just they fixed all the little tiny mistakes that were initially part of the launch, which I feel like a lot of those mistakes were super overlooked and they just should have caught those right away. So as other people have been saying, this is almost what the first K1 should have been. They should have like waited and fixed some of these bugs before they released it and had to send out a bunch of different extruders and all that. Also, there's something different with the hot end. It's like one solid piece of metal or something. It's different, but it's also their own hot end. And I don't think you can get them right now. So I think there's a backlog on those, which isn't great. The LiDAR on the K1 Max works decent. I have no real complaints on it. Like if it does the little purge strip over here, it tells you that it's on the bed and it alerts you that like, hey, something detected on the bed. I mean, I guess I didn't technically have to do this since I just did this. But here we are. I'll back you up a little bit. So I don't really have much to say about this. Whoa, whoa. This thing's pretty loud. It's not quiet starting up. It's like a mini little plane going off. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. It looks nice and clean. This is all plastic, but it's also like a filament dryer. Hopefully they're not charging too much for this, but this display is very nice looking. Okay, hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I appreciate all of you hanging out with me. I printed my first silk benchy. Look how beautiful it is. This is on the Kitty X Max 3, but it looks pretty. Oh, I can show you this dog I printed. So this was printed on the Chitty X Max 3. This is my first test run. It looked beautiful, so I ran it with the stock profile. And it looks really good. I'm a little bright here. But hopefully this will focus here. So it's that balloon dog by that, I don't remember the artist's name, but it printed great, but the support here on the bottom failed. But overall it looks super good for the silk. This is just the stock kitty profile. And then these are from Squid Games, like the TV show. I printed both of these on the K1 Max. There's a little bit of weirdness down here where the supports touch, but overall they look super good. You can actually see through this one. This one's a little small for my face, but the quality's pretty good. There's a few little weird spots, but overall it's pretty smooth. I hope you can like see it. And it's like semi-focused. There you can see a little bit of lines, but overall it's not bad. Supports came off relatively easy. This thing's got to be close here. Input shaping, now it's doing the auto leveling, so we're getting there. I also just printed this Predator mask. This is on the kitty as well. There was a few weird spots. This was just the stock profile. I hope you can see it, but there's like, I played with the presser advance and the max volume rate, and it definitely helped it, but the temp must have been too high because the supports came off horribly. You can see they're pretty rough, but overall I think it's a pretty cool looking mask. I got all these files off of Printables, I believe. They were all free. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Especially for a free mask file. Looks pretty cool. Now, I showed this one in the last K1 video. We'll give this away eventually here, but this one turned out pretty good. It's white, so obviously it's not going to focus and you're not going to see it very well, but these printed okay, but the overall helmet itself printed pretty good. I'm intrigued with the little wiper because the bamboo has something similar where it cleans it better in the back, but the other one just, oh, now it's getting loud. But it definitely looks interesting. It must just be rubber. I didn't really touch it. It's got to be close here. And then I'm assuming this is going to print a 16-minute benchy. Hopefully this isn't too loud, but that one fan, is it this one? There's one fan's pretty loud when it kicks in. Oh, they did also put smaller motors in there. I think that's also supposed to help with the VFAs or the choppiness in the prints. Do not touch printer during self-check. I did put glue stick on there. I guess I could have ran it without it. I know how people feel about glue stick. What's sleep mode? I don't know what that means. Sleep mode. Yeah, I'm not sure what sleep mode is. Like the screen will just go dark. I don't know if that's what you mean. Also, the K1C, the C stands for carbon fiber because it has the hardened metal hot end, so you can print abrasive filaments and it won't wear out that end. What is this here? I don't really ever print with the carbon fiber. I'll have to do some research on it. I think I watched a couple of videos on the strength and it wasn't like extremely more strong or whatever. So I don't know if that's just like a marketing thing. It's just one more thing that like it can do. So I'll have to try some carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is like a fibrous filament. So the fibrous filaments always print better because it hides the defects a little better. So it just looks pretty good. But I'll have to print some and try to smash it and see how it compares to like PLA or ASA because this is hyper PLA. They also got ASA in here. I've definitely printed with ASA before. Oh, this is the PLA carbon fiber. This is the ASA. ASA is great. It's essentially like a different version of ABS. But if I print stuff that goes outdoors, I go with the ASA. It's just supposed to be less harsh than like the ABS. The ABS like off gases some stuff you don't want to breathe in, and I think this is not as bad for you. I just have a giant pile of boxes all over the floor. Total mess in here. I'll have to look, I'll see how much this thing cost. So this is on AliExpress, and it said it was $62. If this is $62, I would pay $62 for this. This says $69 on the Creality website. So $69 isn't bad. I think I want to say I paid 40 or 50 for the Sunlu, and it doesn't look nearly as good as this one. So that's good on their part. They also have a big dual chambered one for $89. So I'm glad this is like affordable, because there's no way I would pay $100 for this. Maybe the dual one, but I think $60 is a decent price point for something like that. Hopefully I can skip the calibration when I print the benchy. I'm pretty sure there's a little checkbox for that. But also in this new one, you can, if say you're printing 8 items on the plate, and one of them fails as you're printing, you can cancel out that one thing that failed, so you don't have to start the whole print over. You can just cancel out that one little zone, which is pretty cool. Self-check complete. All right. Okay, so for pre-made files in here, we have a PLA test. Oh, they have the sidearm mount in the software, so that's pretty cool. So we're just going to do a benchy because that's fast. 16-minute benchy. We're not going to calibrate because we just did all that. So let's see how loud and fast this thing goes. Also, when I do testing, let's talk about the software. So I've completely given up on the Creality software, unfortunately. I was using it for quite a while just to give it the benefit of the doubt. As I was reviewing the machine, I wanted to use the machine as is intended. And for like a $600 to $900 machine, I want the software to be decent. But just one day, it just stopped printing. I would send the file to the printer, and it would just act like it's printing, but nothing was coming out, kind of like it had a clog. And I did that 2 times. And then I just canceled it, and then I ran the pre-made, a file that I had in the printer saved that I ran the day before, and it printed flawlessly. So then I tried to print again just to make sure there wasn't a clog, and it didn't work. So eventually I just gave up and downloaded Orca Slicer. Rub it on that back little part there. But I sent a file, a benchy to it with Orca Slicer, and it printed perfectly. So I don't know why, but it refused to print from the Creality software. It's just quite frustrating, but Orca Slicer is great. It's like an offshoot of the Bamboo, which is my favorite software anyway. So I've been running the Chitty and the K1 Max off of Orca, and the profiles work great. I've had no issues. And you can send it like through the Wi-Fi, the file, so you don't gotta actually use the little plug thing. All right, we're preheating. Oh man, I forgot to load the filament. I blew it. We gotta load the filament in here. False alarm. We're not printing. Well, I told it to stop, so let's see what's going on here. I ran the filament in there, but I didn't extrude it. so it wouldn't have printed. Okay, heating up, heating up. Heating up pretty quick, so that's good. The other one heats up fast too, so I didn't think it wouldn't not heat up fast. 210, 220. Let's move this over here. Okay. You gonna get it first try? Wow, there's a lot of black left in there, so they definitely run a test, some sort of test file. Come on, turn white. All right, we're pushing filament. Okay, okay, we're good, back on track. Whoa, she's still coming. Geez, it's really pushing it out. Okay, now let's print the benchy. Turn calibration off, print. Okay, let's get you in there. Turn this around here. Okay, I don't even know what all this stuff is. Don't need that. Oh, there is a flash drive in here. Oh, this is the seal for the top lid. Oh, this actually feels pretty nice. We got a memory chip in here, or the little jump drive. This must be for the hot end. Not sure what all these are for. This is the display, Allen wrenches, tools. I'm just gonna leave the lid off. All right, we are 53 minutes in. My goal was under an hour and a half. And for being sloppy, I think I did okay. Yeah, right here it says my connection's not the greatest. So I might have to figure out how to do this in the house. Because my shop's like, I don't know, 200 feet away from the house, and I ran another router out here so I could have internet out here. But it's not as strong a connection as it would be in the home. So hopefully this works for you guys, and it's not total trash. I apologize if it is. Like, I hope you can hear it. Like, it's not quiet. Like, I don't really notice it in the shop because I usually have like loud woodworking tools running. But I would not want this like in the same room I'm in hanging out quietly. We'll look at the owner's guide later. Okay. And I'm not sure how much hype's gonna be around this printer. I kind of assume the hype's not gonna be like anything crazy. Essentially because this is essentially the 4th version, of the K1. So it's not like it's a new crazy printer. It's just a K1 with tweaks. Okay, my sound sounds good. I just pulled up the live on here. Close player, but I don't want to use up my Wi-Fi, so I'll just leave it on this one here. Well, we should be printing in a minute here. It says a 16-minute benchy, which is what I expected. Of course it's white. Oh. I shouldn't have put glue on it. I should have just seen if it was going to stick. But also with the 45 Celsius bed temp, I don't know if it would have stuck. I usually crank it up to like 60. It usually holds a little better. But also this is a smaller build plate, so the unlevelness of the bed might not be as bad as the K1 Max. It looks like the door was broken, but it's just adhesive here. Oh, they also have a little like seal right here. The door feels way better. The other one, there was a lot of people having broken doors in the Facebook forum. I put this handle on a little crooked. But yeah, we're printing. First layer looks good. Also, like, it's a stock printed benchy. Like, it should be able to do this. I would be pretty disappointed if it couldn't print a benchy out the box. So the pre-sliced benchy should look pretty good. It looked really good on the K1 Max. So you hear it? Once that fan kicks in, it's pretty loud. It's definitely a little louder than the Bamboo, but that one also has a relatively loud fan too. We are 57 minutes into this thing. I've only been recording for 44 minutes. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm using OBS to stream, and I have my DSLR as the camera, so hopefully the picture quality is pretty good. Yeah, and then I just have my little lav mic. It seems to sound fine when I checked on it. The only problem with these mics is they die pretty quick, so I had to change the batteries once already. And I'm using rechargeable batteries, which also don't like to hold charge super long. So hopefully you can hear that. Like, it's not the quietest machine. Also, if I put generic PLA in here and slice it, it'll probably be like a 30-40 minute benchy and not a 16-minute benchy. But you should be able to run like PLA Plus with the Hyper PLA speeds. That should be fine. I mostly run Sunlu, and I haven't really had any problems. The only real problems I have with the K1 is that first layer. I have to stop the machine and restart it more than I'd like. Eventually I did cheat the Z height down a little bit, and that did help. This is also an open source printer. That matters to some people. I want to buy a printer and I want it to work. I don't really want to tear it apart and like mess with a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's some people's thing, and that's great. Like, it's cool you have the option. Same with the kitty. The kitty is also open source. So now it says I have really good connection. So I don't know what's going on with my internet, because I'd rather not do it in the house. Supposedly there's a one-hand hot end feature. They can swap it out easier. But again, it's like a proprietary hot end. So I think it's going to be hard to get right away, which I think is also an issue because if you blow your hot end, you don't want to have to not use your printer for 3 weeks waiting for a hot end. Look at this thing shake. It has the rubber feet on it, but this thing is shaking pretty good. Looks pretty good. Someone said they got an extra build plate. I don't see a build plate, but I also have a pile of trash over here. I don't even know what this all says. Pull it out. I took all the foam out, so that's garbage. Let's just open this door goes. See if it's quieter without all the stuff on it. So it definitely does quiet it down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it does sound quieter with all the lids and everything on it. We'll just open this up here. But yeah, minus all my messing around, we probably got this thing going in under an hour. I do see some layer lines, but it's looking pretty good for a Benchy. Again, it's a Benchy, so like I don't expect anything crazy from it. K1C. It's almost like the X1C. Like I wish they wouldn't have put a C after it just because it sounds like the Bamboo X1C. Like I don't know if that's what they were going for, but I would love to know. I need to figure out more about the carbon fiber just because I don't know a whole lot about it yet. All I know is like the sparkle filament and the carbon fiber filament are pretty rough on the hot ends, which is the advantage of the C in this case where it has the hardened metal hot end that can handle the abrasive filaments. But I swear I saw a video that said that the carbon fiber filaments weren't like that much stronger, and I think they're pretty expensive. I mainly just run PLA. I'll run P-TAG, ASA. I haven't run TPU yet. I want to play with some TPU. They just move so dang fast. I'll have to look what the speeds are in the Orca Slicer compared to the Hyper PLA speeds in Creality Print. Scan to learn more. So there's a QR code on top of here. We'll see what that does. Oh, and I also haven't tried the app. There is a Creality app, but I've heard not good things about it, so I honestly haven't tried it. Oh, this is, so you scan the thing on top, and it brings you up to like the owner's manual. I guess I don't know why you'd need that since it comes with one, but I guess if you lose it. Oh, there's a video here too, but I'm not gonna check that out. But yeah, the app sounds like it's just kind of full of ads and there's way too much stuff in it. So that's why I haven't tried it. And you can type the IP address into like your Google and it also brings up the stuff there. Again, I appreciate you all showing up. This thing's getting pretty close here. Yeah, I'm really hoping that this video isn't all laggy when it actually uploads. This should be available to view later as like a full-on like video. But this was pretty fun though. This was it went better than I had anticipated. Since I just knew there's gonna be more than I anticipated when it came to like doing a live stream. There's just technology, man. Like there's just always like a bunch of little things that you got to figure out along the way. So let me know in the comments if you watch this later, like what's the hot printer right now besides Bamboo? Like I love the Bamboo, my X1 Carbon has been great, no complaints. But someone's got to give them a run for their money here soon. I'm hoping this one does pretty well, but I just can't judge the printer off of a Benchy. You know, just unboxing it and throw a Benchy at it, it's just not realistic for a test. So I'll put this thing through the paces and check back in with you guys, but what's another good printer out there? The Kitty's pretty good. The Kitty X Max 3, it's better than the K1 Max, I feel. I'm gonna do a video on those two here probably next week. There's a couple other new ones coming out that look pretty good, but they all kind of look good on paper. Like the K1 looked amazing when it came out, and then like people started having problems, and launches are tedious, and apparently they're hard. I don't know what goes into all that, but hopefully the new ones that are coming out aren't too bad. And Bamboo they have to come out with a giant printer here soon. An X1C XL would be amazing. I don't want to know how much it'll cost though. That I don't want to know. And these sides are plastic. Has the LiDAR camera. This plate looks beefy. I appreciate the top. It looks way better than the, I guess I can see if I can show you that. I'm just kind of tethered into cords here, so I can only go so far. Okay. So Kitty X Max 3, we'll do a video on that one soon, but the K1 Max I had to print this top because it squished the bow down tube so bad. It just didn't feel right. So I printed that. That was one of the first things I printed. And then I can show you this. So this is the Batman mask for my cat. I'm really hoping he wears it. Let's see if I can turn this around here and see. But the print quality is pretty good. Oh, this one failed though. Hold on. That one overall looks pretty good. But then it's just like, it'll just randomly not work. So there's some weird white stuff in here. And I don't know if it clogged it up or what, but I noticed it was just printing in the air. I stopped it, and then I heated up the hot end and shoved that little pin up in there to make sure it was clear. And I started it again, and it printed that one perfect. But my main issue again is just the first layer. I would say every 2 out of 10 prints, I just need to stop it and reset it. And then after I stop it and reset it, that first layer ends up looking better. But yeah, if you're having problems with the first layer, cheat down the Z height. I think most people run it at negative 0.05 millimeters. I think that's what I'm at. But if you look in the Facebook forum, you can find more information on all that. But overall, it's been treating me pretty well. I can't really complain too much. Okay, get this back set up. Our benchy is printing the roof of our little boat. My chat thing closed in here. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm a mess. But I can see it on YouTube though. I can see the chat on here. Okay. I also dropped a YouTube video this morning on CNC catch-all trays, if that's your thing. I just really love automation. I just think this kind of stuff's so cool. I think CNCs are amazing. I'm really loving the 3D printers. I bought the Bamboo, I don't know, like a year ago, and like ever since then I've been hooked. Now I had this one they just sent me. I have the K1 Max, second generation. I have the Kitty X Max 3, the X1C, and then I just got an FL Sun V400, that tall Delta printer. That one prints pretty good too. I think I have a. So look how crazy this is. It's probably not going to focus because it's white, but this is a barred owl skull. Focus. Focus. And look how crazy them eye sockets are. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. But the print quality on this is pretty good too. There we go. You can't really tell. Just that white just does not want to show up. But yeah, this is on the FL Sun V400. Get you back in focus here. Print this benchy, and I'm gonna get some other little work done today. I have some clocks here I gotta glue together, and then I have some other cutting boards and stuff I got going on. But get all that stuff glued together, and then Super Bowl tomorrow. I don't really care who wins, but I'll be watching. My streaming keeps ending. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the connection here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this in the house. I'm sorry, it's probably super annoying. I'm really hoping it works when it does the full-on video later on. So this thing's just about done here. Oop. Okay, I'm sorry to everyone that it is choppy. I don't know what to do about it, but the benchy is done. Can't see it again. All right, we're gonna shut this thing down here. Okay, so it looks as expected. It's a good looking benchy. It's just not gonna wanna focus on this white, but you can see a little bit of layer lines, but overall, I'm very pleased with the benchy. Again, it's just a pre-sliced benchy, so it should look good. If it doesn't, I'd be pretty concerned. A little baby brim on there. yeah. Okay, so that's gonna shut her down. I'll try to get this, hopefully you can, if this was trash, I really apologize. I don't know how to make it better except doing it in the house, but Benchy looks good. Everything checked out with this thing. Again, I think it should be a good printer. I'm not gonna know until I put a bunch of time through it. It should have been, I feel like this should have been the first K1, kind of like everyone else said. Like this should have been the first launch of it with the fixed little issues, but hopefully you can watch this back, or if you watch this in the future, it's not all choppy like people were saying it was. It's just my internet connection out in the shop apparently isn't good enough to do a stream. So we'll have to do that in my house. I'll have to set up an area to kind of figure that out, but I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday. Again, thanks for coming. This is my first time. I think it went all right for my first go, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna stop this thing and then hopefully I can get it just like upload like a normal video. But yeah, thanks guys. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday.